we're back at Grateful Rescue TV, and we are here with Romeo, but he has a new name now, and our foster Beth, and we're going to talk about the importance of fostering and how valuable that resource is to every rescue and shelter. Welcome, Beth.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Thank you for coming, and tell me what got you interested in fostering in the first place? Where did it all start?
Well, the funny thing is, I did not grow up with animals. My parents were just like, no, we can't have pets. So that just made me want to have pets more. So when I became an adult, I started out with a cat and then volunteered at the Humane Society, and they asked about fostering. And so my very first foster, I kid you not, was a treeing Walker Coonhound mama with 3 puppies who were days old.
Oh,
I had never done anything
nothing
before.
like getting right into this.
Exactly.
Well, this little guy come from Indianapolis Animal Shelter, and he was left in a motel room. Someone
Unbelievable.
They come in to clean the room, and there was Romeo. And Romeo's been sitting in a kennel for a little while with little interest, and so I reached out to you. Tell me about how Romeo's doing.
Romeo is doing fantastic. He literally is, I told you this, he's the happiest dog I've ever known. He just settled right into our home. Something you deal with as fosters is while the dog is settling in, you know, even if you think they're housebroken, they may not be. Mm-hmm. And so we had to kind of re-housebreak him. He peed on a couple things here and there, you know, but you just get them into the rhythm of your house, right? And you get a schedule, you get feeding times. And our dogs are already on that schedule, right? And so the foster dog learns from them. It's amazing. It's amazing how they do that. My dogs aren't doing anything except doing their thing, and the foster dog learns from them.
So they just kind of adapt to the routine.
Yes, absolutely.
And fall right in.
Absolutely. And it takes a little while. And even though he's a very happy dog, it took him a good 3 days, the 3-3-3 rule, took him a good 3 days to settle in and even really want to eat. I mean, he ate a little bit here and there, and there was nothing wrong with him, but he was just anxious. You know? And so, but he settled in, and then within a few weeks, and we took him on walks, and immediately people were stopping us saying, what kind of a dog is he? Pit bull head and I don't know, corgi body. I think corgi.
Pit bull basset, but we're seeing more corgi as we go along, aren't we?
Yes. Just because that's another thing. You have to get to know their behaviors, and he has a little nipping behavior, not malicious at all.
Yeah.
He gets excited. And that's a herding behavior, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's why I think the corgi. But one thing he started doing early on is if you're sitting in a chair and he's down on the floor and he wants your attention, he stands up. And
up. High five. Oh, there you go. Good boy. Good boy. There you go. Good boy.
He did that. He looked at me, and his ears, like he's looking at me now, his ears were a perfect Dobby the house elf from Harry Potter. And I was like, Dobby, his name is Dobby.
And his name is Dobby now.
And he sits up, and he's just such a wonderful dog. Wonderful dog.
Well, I tell you what, you changing lives. It really means the world to rescues and shelters to have people like you, because it helps them get used to like a life in a home instead of being in a kennel, expected
a more normal life.
Right.
Yes, which dogs deserve. And you know, I have people ask us all the time, how can you give them up to someone else? Mm-hmm. Well, part of it is we do get to see some of them still, like Benny and Bree. You just have to go into fostering with the mindset that it is a community. You're doing for the greater good. It's not about you. It's about what's best for the animals.
Right. Well, please know how much that means to us.
Oh, absolutely. You remind us all the time how much you love us, and
we
love you, Pam.
We love you, Dobby.
Absolutely.
So, so if you want to foster, reach out at gratefulrescue.org or any local shelter. Everybody needs them, and it does change lives.
Hi, I'm Al Unser Jr., two-time Indy 500 winner.
I'm Norma Unser, Grateful Rescue board member, and we need you to join the Project Pit Stop.
Grateful Rescue is building housing to save lives of the pit bulls of Indianapolis. Many are on death row. Make a donation right now at gratefulrescue.org.
Al and I love Grateful Rescue's mission at giving dogs a second chance at life.
So help us save the pit bulls with Project Pit Stop.
Hi, and we're back here at the Wish TV studios with KJ and Giles, sweet Giles. And KJ is going to tell us how to tell if your kitty loves you.
Yes, I think sometimes, people think cats are stoic or standoffish, but they actually have a lot of subtle symbols and signs that we miss. So
Okay.
I want to make sure that the person watching this right now who thinks they have a cat that doesn't care about them knows that there are ways they're showing it. You just maybe don't understand.
All right.
The first one is showing you their belly. So if you have a cat that maybe doesn't want you picking them up or holding them or doing a lot of pets, but they do lay in the middle of the room and show you their belly, that is actually the best sign that they love you, because they're showing you they're safe.
And they're secure.
Yes, because
right?
that belly, showing that belly, that's the most vulnerable part of their body. So always know, and don't go in to rub it. I know occasionally a cat will be okay with that. But they
Like,
actually,
whoa, hold on there.
if they're doing that and you do the next thing, which is a big sign showing them that they love you, is you just slow blink at them, do really nice soft eyes. They will do that back to you.
Really?
Try it. I promise you.
Aww.
Even a cat who is super scared. I was just see Giles. Come here, buddy. There we go. He's doing it. Here we go. There you go. You're safe. Good boy. There we go.
I see it.
Good. There we
Aw.
go, buddy.
That's amazing.
Okay, and that's literally telling you that they're safe.
That is amazing.
People often wonder why they need. Needing is another way of saying I love you. It makes them feel safe. It makes them feel loved, and it's showing you that they feel safe around you.
Okay.
Yes. And finally, for the people again who think that they're, are you done, Giles? He says I'm done now. I showed you I loved you. For the people who have standoff cats, who really do feel like my cat doesn't ever want any attention.
Right.
If they are in the room with you, if they are napping near you, even if it's across the room, if they are laying and relaxing, it's the best way they can show you that they love you. And because so many of you adopt, we often don't know what they've been through.
Right.
So we don't know what feels safe to them. So know that if you've adopted a cat and the best thing they can do for you is to lay in a room near you, they are saying, I love you and thank you.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, you don't know their past. You don't know their history. You don't know how other humans have treated them.
You don't.
So that's a good sign.
Yeah, so it's a really good sign. And if you do have a cat that is hiding and scared, you can always reach out to me. I help cat parents with this all the time and figuring out how to give them the confidence to be near. But know that if they are showing signs that they can nap while you're in the room, they are saying, I love you.
They feel safe.
Yes.
And how do people get a hold of you if they do have questions?
You can go to kjontheair.com or follow me on Facebook or Instagram at kjontheair.
Perfect.
Thank you. I love that you wore this today. It's showing signs we love each other.
Yes. We love you, KJ.
Love you
and
too.
we love you, Giles.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you for being perfect.
Good job. Yes.
Grateful Rescue TV continues. Pamela Terhune, founder, owner, president. She does it all.
The mama.
Over 1,000 cats and dogs been adopted, but sometimes it doesn't work out, right?
Sometimes we have returns.
See, and you take returns.
Oh, we demand they be returned. Yes, we don't want them rehoming. We want to have them put in a place that we approve of.
And what happened with this dog?
Oh, well, we took little sweet Marina recently, and it was love at first sight between her and her owner, but sometimes something doesn't work out. And in Marina's case, it was she had crate anxiety, and when he left for work, she barked a lot. She was otherwise Perfect. So that it's also a learning lesson.
Yep.
We learned that she's going to need to be placed where she can at least be in a room.
Right.
We put her in a room. We haven't heard a thing from her since she
Okay.
came back. So
Okay.
sometimes it doesn't work out.
Yep.
Not always anybody's fault.
No.
Just we strive to find the right fit.
Okay. So she's available, right?
Yep. And Marina's a beautiful, sweet little waggy-tailed thing. She's not an aggressive bone in her body.
Hi, I'm Jenny, and this is Marina. So I follow the Indianapolis Animal Care Services rescue group, and I actually kept seeing her post pop up that she had a deadline, and I commented a couple times that I could foster her, and nobody was necessarily, it's not that they weren't stepping up. A lot of dogs had been pulled that month. So I actually got connected from one rescue to another rescue, which is Grateful Rescue, and this by fill an application and foster. Oh, she would have been euthanized. Like, she had a deadline and she would not be here. She's actually been very chill. The meeting with my dog was super uneventful. I was expecting her to be way more excited, but she wasn't. She's just been, she's very laid back. She's not overly excited. I mean, she's young, but she's just been pretty chill. She is really great. If I had more time, and if I had more time, I'd honestly adopt her myself. She's just been amazing. She doesn't know any commands, but she walks on a leash as if she was taught how to heel. She does great with my kids. I have young kids. She does great with them, does great with my dog. She's great going outside. If you sit down, she just wants to sit with you and just cuddle with you. She's kind of like a Velcro dog in a way, but she's also fine in her crate. She's very quiet. She doesn't ever bark. I wasn't expecting her to honestly be such a great dog. They had her listed as a lab mix, and she's probably only about 50 pounds max. Definitely someone who will walk her and take her out, someone who's home a little bit more. She likes being around people, and she likes spending time with people. So the more she can do that, I think that would benefit her the most.
Hey, I'm Colton Howard with Grateful Rescue, and today we're going to tell you about how Grateful Rescue brought all of us together in a very fun way and got this guy Butter a great home. Sitting next to me is my girlfriend Alyssa, and Alyssa, do you want us to tell the audience, the world here, about how Butter initially came into our life?
Sure. So we were leaving his parents' house Labor Day evening about 9 p.m. It was pretty dark out at the time, and as we're exiting the neighborhood, I see a black figure in the corner of my eye, which we thought was a small little cat at the time, but quickly realized that it was sweet buddy here. So we immediately had to stop and help him out, at least see if he had a collar on so we could bring him back to his family. But quickly realized after a little luring with some charcuterie, no collar, no tag. So we brought him into our car, brought him home, and the story kind of unfolds from there.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't easy getting him into the car, but once we did, you could tell that he'd been outside all day, definitely very terrified. And as soon as he was in the car, just crashed, just completely fell asleep. He was exhausted for the day.
We had him for a month at that point. We also have one other older dog and 2 kids, so kind of got him acclimated with the family life while we could.
We were kind of scrambling about what are next steps. We have this puppy at our house. What do we do? And so that is when we started talking with Pamela about finding a foster family. And Pamela reached out literally the night before we had to leave and said, hey, I think we have a foster family for him to go to. We came over to you, Kim, and what were your first impressions of Butter when we just said, here you go, here's a new dog for you?
Well, he was just kind of a big lanky puppy, and I was just wondering how he was going to be with my dogs, but he was super sweet and super laid back and just really relaxed for a puppy. So
you may not known at the time that the family was so close, right?
Yeah.
So in comes Katie and of course Charlie.
Kim is my mom, and Charlie's grandma. So anytime we would go and visit grandma, we got to play with Butter, and Grandma was really good about planting the seed about what a wonderful fit he would be for our family, because it just so happened that Charlie had been doing a lot of praying around that time for a dog that would sleep with her in her bed. Grammy said, well, maybe you could make a video, you know, kind of explaining why you should adopt him, right?
Okay, I have such a great home, and my home is the greatest home ever, and I hope the dog likes it, and he's the bestest dog. Okay, bye.
Bye.
I fell in love with him, and he fell in love with me, and I let go of it, and then he came to my life, and I loved it.
Butter, we love you. We're so happy for you. Thank you so much for letting us share this story with you. And thank you to Grateful Rescue for everything that they do. And Pamela Terhune, she is just a saint, and we appreciate everything. Without her, none of this would be possible.
We're building a place where homeless animals find forever homes. A place where people connect with animals in a beautiful park. A place that brings people and pets together, building lifelong bonds. That place is the Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary, a proud partner with Best Friends Animal Society.
Hi, I'm Zachary Tinkle, here with my adorable dog Zuzu, and we believe every dog deserves a loving home.
Donate to Project Pit Stop and help Grateful Rescue build housing for homeless pit bulls. Many are on death row waiting to be euthanized. Make a donation right now at gratefulrescue.org. And follow me as I race in the Arca Menard Series and other NASCAR divisions.
Join the winning team with Project Pit Stop.
And welcome back to Grateful Rescue TV. We're joined by a very special group here. This is Ida, and this is Taylor Bullock, and she is the founder of Terre Haute's rescue called Happy Tales Animal Rescue. And this is Ida's foster, Julie. And Ida stole my heart about 4 weeks ago when I saw her story. And Taylor, please share Ida's story.
Yeah, so it's like you said, it's been about 4 weeks now. And Ida came to us. She kind of came to us accidentally, but there was a dog that was loose one day, and I was at work, and someone messaged me, and all I saw was, is your dog intake closed? And I was like, yeah, like we're so full. And all of a sudden the picture came, and it was this literal skeleton of a dog walking. And she said, he's falling down, he's walking. And I said, 5 minutes, give me 5 minutes, I will get someone there. So we went and got him, we named him Arlo. And immediately got him to the vet, and all of a sudden we get another message that says, well, there's another dog in worse condition. I'm like, how is there a dog in worse condition than Arlo? Because he was a literal skeleton walking. And it was Miss Ida here. Miss Ida was actually carried out from a home because she could not stand or walk on her own.
Oh my gosh.
And we immediately got her to the vet as well when they began hospitalizing her.
It was amazing that she could even stand up.
Yeah.
I saw the picture. She needed oxygen.
Yeah, when she first got to the vet, she needed oxygen. She's very anemic. She was about 2% away from needing a blood transfusion.
Oh my gosh.
But they were also concerned if they did the blood transfusion, she would not make it overnight because of her condition. She was very dehydrated, very anemic. A lot of her blood levels were just all over the place because of how skinny she was, how weak she was. And overnight they kind of said, they were very honest and said she might not make it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember just praying for this little girl. And you say Arlo, and were there others?
There were. So this came to light that there were 16 animals in the home that she came from.
Gosh.
5 emaciated dogs and 11 cats.
Oh, wow.
So I'm very grateful for our prosecutor's office and Terre Haute Police Department that acted fast on this, because I was concerned the other 4 dogs in the home, or 3 dogs at that time, would not make it through the weekend if they were in any sort of condition like her and Arlo were. So they did act very fast, and we got them out 2 days after rescuing her and Arlo. And then Ida spent 14 days at the hospital.
Oh my gosh. So you've incurred some pretty hefty bills.
Yes, it's not, if anyone owns an animal, it's not cheap to spay and neuter 16 animals. It's not cheap to get them all vaccines, prevention, daily food, taking care of them. And it costs a lot, but they're all worth every penny that we've spent. So I'm working on Ida's law. I think, animal abuse and neglect, clearly watching a dog starve to the condition they can't stand. She didn't stand for 9 days. And that's it with hospital, that's with fluids, that's with medicine. That it should easily be at least a level 6 felony that she should have got for this issue.
And Julie, you play an important part in this whole story too, because as Taylor said, without fosters, you can't take as many dogs. What made you feel the need to step up for Ida?
Ida will be my 4th foster.
Wow.
I had 2 foster fails. So
my favorite kind of foster.
Yes. So I think it's just rewarding, especially to watch them, get them back to health. Watch their personality come out. When she's hungry, she lets it be known. When I first got her, she couldn't even get up on the bed, but she wanted to get up there so bad. So I would have to get her up and off. She still can't get up on the bed. But it's just rewarding to watch these innocent animals come back to life, get their personality back, get their health back, and become, the animal, the dog, cat, whatever you foster, get them back to where they can enjoy life.
So where do people go to donate to your cause or supplies, anything you need?
Yeah, so for donation wise, if you follow our Facebook page, Happy Tails Animal Rescue, or our website, happytailsanimalrescue.com, we have a donation tab. We collect donations by PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, check, pretty much any way. We have an Amazon wish list, a Chewy wish list. If you want to send an item instead of monetary donation, always needed. Food's always needed. We currently have 31 dogs and 56 cats, so we go through food.
Oh my gosh, oh my word. Yeah. Well, we think you're amazing. This is something you didn't have to do. You're doing this straight out of your home and your heart, and it's people like you that
thank you.
Angels in the animal
it
welfare
takes all
world.
of us. Yeah,
it
it's
does.
A village. Yep.
It takes a village, and thank you, Julie.
You're welcome.
And thank you, big girl, for being such a good girl. So that'll wrap it up with this segment of Grateful Rescue TV.
Hi, I'm Nathan Lowe, the American Dog Whisperer. Some months ago, a lady named Betsy contacted me. Betsy was having trouble with her bulldog, Brody. Brody was nipping at her as she walked. Brody was peeing in the house. Brody was doing a variety of other things she didn't want. Can you help? She said. I said, absolutely, let's take a look. Went, put some guidelines in place for Brody and for her to work on with Brody. She said, the difference has been amazing. I said, can I sit down with an interview and you share some of this? She said, absolutely. What you're about to see today is parts of that interview. Hope you enjoy.
With bulldogs, I definitely feel like you definitely have to let them know who's in charge. They are very bullheaded and they want to do what they want to do when they want to do it. I had asked if anybody knew any good dog trainers in the Indy area, and a friend recommended you, and so we got in contact and it was very quick. He was nipping quite a bit, just like biting a little bit on shirts and any kind of clothing really that he could get. And then also we pull really hard on the leash. He does not do well with leash. He wants to go outside and right back inside. So he gets very anxious outside a lot with loud noises and then in new environments. I have talked to him a lot, and it just, you were talking about like not making him more anxious and like your eye contact and things like that with him, and so that was very surprising for me and made me kind of realize that I was probably making him a little bit more anxious. But letting the dog out in the entryway, like me going first, instead of letting them just explore, was definitely eye-opening because it made sense with me that like I should be the one to allow him to do things. A lot of improvements actually outside we're doing better with the sitting outside, just moving different spots. And dropping treats to kind of just get him to be a little bit less anxious outside. So I've noticed that initially on our walks, it'd take us a while before he would calm down, and now he's starting to calm down when we go outside and we can start the walk a little bit easier.
Grateful TV with the story of Jazzy. Saw this on your Facebook page. I haven't met her yet, but Jazzy had kennelitis. Kennelitis.
Very good.
What is kennelitis?
Oh gosh, Patty, kennelitis is where they basically go crazy in their living space because they've been cooped up so long. One of the first indications, and in shelters I've worked in before, if they start spinning in their living space, they've lost their mind and they're shortly euthanized shortly after. So we got a call that Jazzy was exhibiting kennelitis. We pulled her out and we took her to a foster home. We were out of space, but a foster gratefully took her. But all she did in their yard was spin.
Even in the yard, she's spinning.
In Frio, yeah. Once you pull them out of there, once you pull them out of that state, you can't pull them out of that state.
You don't know of any other ones that have recovered from kennelitis?
I've never seen it, but to be honest with you, a lot of them are put down as soon as they exhibit it.
Right. Okay.
But we have Jazzy, and Jazzy went to her foster home, spun out of control.
But you got her.
They brought her to us.
And
she walks in and she has this calmness about her.
They're in love. I saw the pictures of
she hasn't
she's in your
spun
face.
once. She hasn't spun once. And the ladies who brought her, they said, you need to check this out. I hadn't seen it in person. And she comes walking in and she just comes strutting in, very calmly looking around. And the ladies that brought her there, like their jaws are hitting the ground. They're I can't believe she's not spinning.
It's your demeanor. You're so calm, and they sense that, and they go, "Oh, I can relax now. Finally, you don't put any pressure on them." So, Jazzy,
it's a great testament.
I want to cry about Jazzy.
Me too, because she was such a sweet dog, and we thought, oh my goodness, we're going to have to euthanize her. She can't lead a quality life,
Right.
and it's a great testament to the Grateful Rescue stress-free living. They can even sense it when they walk through the door.
Yep. And Harry wants to meet Jazzy.
Harry, you want to meet Jazzy? She's a good girl.
We'll be back with more on Grateful TV. I go cry.